Hey fellow beaders, it's JP, and in this week's tutorial I'm going to teach you how to make these earrings. These are matching earrings. I use different colors, but from the necklace from last week. So someone had suggested that they wondered if they could do the component with rondelles, and so I thought, why not try it out for the earrings, which is why they're different colors. You of course can, make them to match. I added on a little more fringe here at the bottom. I thought, since they're earrings, that would look a lot better. And I think they look pretty good. They kind of look like alien spaceships, maybe. I don't know. But I think they're fun. I hope you guys enjoy making these. They're fairly quick and easy to make. Now, I also have another announcement for you. I have been thinking that I'd like to do some wire tutorials. So these are some of the things that I make. So I think a couple of these I'll show you how to make. But I think I'm trying to decide whether to do one wire video a week and one beading video. I haven't decided. That'll really just depend on my time. And so here's a pair of earrings. These are very simple earrings made with pearls and wire. I even made my own ear wires. So I really enjoy doing work with wire. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start doing some wire tutorials. So these two are pendants that I've made with wire and just wire wrapping. And this one is it's supposed to be a rose pendant, and then I put a little Swarovski crystal here, same thing here. And that's just a pearl. Anyway, I hope you guys will like that, but let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. The materials you need for this earring project is 21 3x4 rondelles per earring, so a total of 42. You'll need 4 of the 3mm fire polish, 2 per earring. You'll need seed beads. You'll need a beading needle. This is a size 10. You'll need a half arm span of 6-pound fireline, or whatever you have on hand. You don't need to go out and buy special fireline. You will need a jump ring and an ear hook. You'll need 2 of those, not 1, because obviously you have 2 ears. Okay, so that's the material list. Let's get started. To begin with, go ahead and string 4 rondelles and 4 11/0 seed beads in alternating order. Bring them down to the bottom of your thread and make a circle and leave a short tail. So we're going to tie a knot. And just like that, I'm going to take my needle and go through the beads all the way around. So what I'm doing is just going through a rondelle and a seed bead and carefully taking my time. And this way I've moved away from the knot, and I can go ahead and probably cut my tail here. So what I'm going to do is go through this last rondelle and seed bead. And now I'm coming out of the seed bead. And for the next part, I'm going to go ahead and pick up 4 seed beads. And I'm going to go into the next seed bead. And I will repeat this 3 more times until I have a loop around each of the 4 rondelles. And so I just picked up 4 11/0 seed beads, and I am moving into my next seed bead. So I'm going to repeat this. This is the second time. Again, I picked up 4 11/0s and going through the next seed bead. So we are skipping over the rondelles. And now we are, one more time, I'm just picking up the 4 here. I'm going to go through this last seed bead, and if you can, go ahead and go up 2 of these seed beads. So just like that. And at this point, this is what your piece will look like. You are now going to continue by picking up just 1 seed bead and going down 3 seed beads here. So you're going down 2 seed beads that were part of the loop, and then you're going down into the seed bead that's between the rondelles when you first started. Now you're going to go up 2 seed beads, and there we go. Now they're lined up. I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead, and I'm going to go down the 2 seed beads in the loop and the seed bead that's between the rondelles. We are going to do this 2 more times, and I'm going to go up 2 of these beads. Again, I'm going to pick up my 11-0 here, and I'm going to go down the 2 beads in the loop and this middle bead here. And last time, back up into the 2 beads. I'm going to pick up an 11-0, and I'm going down 2 beads, my 11-0, or I'm sorry, the 11-0 that's between the rondelles is what I'm trying to say. And now you have, now you basically have points above your rondelles. Okay, so the next step is to go up the 2 beads and the seed bead. Now you're going to pick up 1 rondelle, 1 11-0, and 1 rondelle, and go into the next top bead here. Just like that, and we are going to repeat. So again, pick up a rondelle, pick up an 11-0, pick up a rondelle, and there you go. Pick up a rondelle, pick up an 11-0, pick up a rondelle, and go through that top point bead. A rondelle, an 11-0, rondelle. Go through the point bead and then go through as many beads as you can here. So I've just gone through the 1 rondelle, and we're going to pull these close, but I don't want you to cup them. You just want to make sure there's no thread showing. Then continue by going through the seed bead and the rondelle. Again, you just want to pull them. If there's a little bit of cupping, that's okay. I'd rather that you have a little bit of cupping than you have some loose thread showing. That's the important thing, is that this will look really, it'll kind of come out wonky looking if you don't have thread showing. It'll just look uneven and lopsided if you do have the thread showing. Now you're going to pick up 5 seed beads, just like that, and you're going to go through each of these beads here. So the rondelle, the seed bead, and the other rondelle. And we are going to repeat. So I'm going to pick up 5 11-0s, and I'm going through my next set of beads. So the loops should not fit properly. They're going to be weird looking. If you watch the necklace tutorial from last week, then you'll understand the component, since this is the same component. So I picked up 5, Go through all of these beads, just like that. And last time, I picked up 5, and I'm just going through all 3 of these beads, and I'm going to go up into the center bead of the 5 that we just added. And this is what you should get. Now you're going to pick up 1 11-0 bead, and you're going to go into the next center bead in the loop of 5. And now is the time to really pull tight. So go ahead and pull those together. If your tail is irritating you like it's doing to me, pull it under or just cut it off. I'm not going to take the time to cut it off just yet. So pull those close. Take your thumb and hold them. Then pick up an 11-0. Go into the next top bead, like that. And you're going to pull tight again. Just bring them close together, as close as you can. We're going to go through these again, just so they should tighten up. I'm going to pick up one more 11-0, and I'm going to go through this last one. It's sticking up, and then we're going to be back around to the first one where we started. And this is my last one. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to go through that top bead. And this is what you're going to get. So you need to go ahead and go through and reinforce all of your beads, so everything is going to stay closed. So I'm just going to go ahead and reinforce this at least once more. And looks like a few more beads here. And there you have it. I'm going to go through 2 more, and now I'm coming out of one of these point beads here. Just like that. And then I'm going to go down into these 2 beads and then to the rondelle, and I want to come out of this bead here that's between the rondelles. And you might have to finagle a little bit with this, or finagle. I'll have to check the pronunciation on that word. I seem to be doing it incorrectly. So go through those 2 beads, through the rondelle, and then into the seed bead. Now you're going to pick up 5 11-0s, and you're going to pick up one of these 3mm beads that you have, like that. Then 5 more of your seed beads, like so, and you're just going to go into the next bead here that's sticking up, that's between the rondelles. And there you have it. You're just going to have this nice little loop sticking out. And now we're going to make our, just go through the rondelle here, and now we're going to make the fringe, or the little dangles, or fringe. I guess it doesn't matter what you call that. Anyway, this is what it looks like on the front, just like that. And so to make the fringe, we're going to start with 2 11-0s, a rondelle, 11-0, rondelle, 11-0, rondelle, and an 11-0. So you want to make sure you get your at least 3 of your rondelles on here. And then go down and get as close to this rondelle over here as possible. You're going to skip this last bead, and then you're just going to go up into the rondelle, and you're going to go straight up until you come out of seed bead here. So these are the beads you want to come out of. 3 rondelles, 3 seed beads. You don't want to come out of this seed bead here, up here at the top. Go ahead and come up. And what you want to do is make sure there's no gaps and no thread showing, just like that. And then you are going to pick up an 11-0 rondelle, 11-0 rondelle, 11-0 rondelle, and 11-0. So it's 3 rondelles and 4 11-0s. And you're going to bring that all the way down as close to the next one as possible. Then skip the bottom seed bead and go back up the rondelles and the seed beads. Bring this as close as possible too. And you're going to do this one last time. Now this is completely optional step. You don't have to add the fringe if you don't like it, or you don't have to add 3. You can add 1, 2, 3, or you can add more, etc. So I'm just going to pick up the same thing I just did. So I'm going to pick up 3 of the rondelles and 4 seed beads in between. And just like that, I'm going to bring it all the way back down. I'm going to skip the bottom one, and then I'm just going to go back up, seed beads and the rondelles. There you go. And just keep pulling until you get them as close as possible. Just like that. The next step is to pick up 1 seed bead, and you are now going to go through this rondelle here. And if you can go through the seed bead. So, but didn't want to cooperate with me there. And these will pull all of your fringe together, so the fringe will kind of stick out. At least one of them will. Then go through the seed bead, and you are going to then make the other loop just like you did here. So what you need to do is pick up 5 of the 11-0s, pick up your 3mm, and you don't need to use a 3mm. I'm sure you guys know that. I think I mentioned, or if I haven't mentioned it, you don't need to use 3mm there. You can add a couple of more seed beads there if you don't have it. You can do a 6-0. Pretty much it doesn't matter what's there. So you're going to do 5 and 5, and with the 3mm in between. And you're just going to go into this next seed bead here at the top. And there you go. Now we just got to make our loop. So for the ear wire, to make the loop, you're going to pick up 5 11-0 seed beads, just like this, and you're coming out of this rondelle, so you're just going to go into this next rondelle. And what you want to do is just straighten this out. So this bead is, there's a center bead here that's going to peek up. Now go through the seed bead and then make a 1/2 inch knot around the rondelle, or between the rondelle and the seed bead, and then just go through the rondelle. Just like that. And what we're going to do is go down into the next. So you're coming out of this. So the next seed bead here, the next bead is this seed bead. So just go into that and then go around and make another 1/2 inch knot around the rondelle, between the rondelle and the seed bead is what I'm saying. And go through the rondelle. And I also went through the next seed bead. Just like that. And we are just going to go through a couple more of these beads here. So I'm going to go through seed bead here, or sorry, the rondelle. And that's it. Now you can go ahead and cut your thread. Made about 3 knots. Go ahead and cut your thread. And going to add our jump rings, and your earring is done. Here are the finished earrings. I've added on jump rings and my ear wire. Just open up the jump ring and feed it through the loop, and also add on your ear wire. That's all you got to do. Anyway, I got my cute little dangle earrings, and they are, as I said, they match the necklace. They could anyway. Basically, they're designed using the same component. I just used different beads because I wanted to try it out with the rondelles, as suggested by a subscriber. So that's the only reason I used different colors. Plus, I didn't have any more of these fire polish left over. They all got used up in the necklace. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you on the next tutorial. Have a good week.